How's it going? Day 8 of getting uncomfortable. Feels a little ridiculous to keep saying that, but that's all right. You know, I guess it's like every day if you're trying to accomplish something, it's a balance between being uncomfortable but getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, if you just keep doing the shit that you're like amazing at, unless you are already like getting paid really well, or your ambitions are satisfied, whether you're a sports person or already great at what you do and have all these satisfaction levels, then that's great for you. I am not there. I know that. A lot of the times I guess even though many good boxes are checked for me and where I'm at in my life and my family and my position, my job, my home, all these things, I'm doing great, but there's just like a level of dissatisfaction that I have inside of me. And I've known for a while it's come down to the things that I've wanted to do, but have talked myself out of. Now, as a younger guy, as a single guy, I would basically get so annoyed at myself that eventually I would just jump into action, or the current situation I was in would be so bad that I would completely be able to start over and try something new. And quite frankly, I'm not trying to tap into that negative energy, right? I'm not trying to change just because everything around me is falling apart. I'm actually trying to change coming from a positive place. And that's hard for a lot of people, right? Like if it was a relationship, you change because you get dumped, or you change because you get cheated on. You change because you get fired, if it's a job thing. You change because you are so pissed off that somebody that is less deserving got the bonus or got the raise that you were eyeing for. And, that you change your health because you were so embarrassed, or you got a bad diagnosis, or you took a major injury, and that kind of put you back against the wall to have to do something different. So, in relationships, there's that weird situation where your partner starts adopting your habits, and then you realize you hate yourself for the way that you behave or the things that you do, because now you've got someone doing that. And in my situation, we've already got one of me. That role has been filled. Some of these negative roles, or a bit of the whatever I'm bringing to the table, that more Chris isn't what we need. And then you realize the things that you don't like about yourself, and you blame it as it's the other person's problem, but it's actually you're witnessing your own habits that are coming back to bite you, that maybe you don't want to be doing those things after all. That's a tough one. And relationships, are tough and definitely not my specialty. Before I got married, I had one relationship in my previous 46 now. I've been married or known my wife about 9 years. So before that, I was in one year relationship, and before that, I was in a string of real short term, not working out for you, not working out for me issues, dating patterns. Basically finding when somebody had a real interest in me or felt that they were in love with me or expressed any genuine feelings, I rejected them out of actually rejecting myself and feeling like, well, I know I'm screwed up. So if you like me, then you are one dented can. And then I would, destroy the relationship or get out of it, or, in a direct and honest way. But, being a jerk, you don't, like I would hide behind my honesty, but, it would be borderline cruel and inconsiderate of others. Even though you convince yourself, well, it would be more cruel to lead them on. It would be more inconsiderate to stay in a relationship that wasn't going anywhere. As opposed to recognizing that the other person was a good person, was a good partner, accepted me for my flaws, and still stuck around. Because I used to think that relationships were going to be you meet someone and they compliment what you do, and then the two of you build off of one another, and you're just like great energy moving forward. And now, like, if I make this amount of money and you make that amount of money, we're going to make all this money. We're going to have all this extra, more. And that is not the case at all. It's actually, as I've found, choosing to be willing to slow down to whatever pace your partner needs. And, in my relationship with my wife, and now having 3 children, trying to have children, some failures and the emotional toll that takes. And then the emotional toll of having successful runs and the fears around it, and the carrying the pain of the previous losses, but also moving forward. The pregnancy there's no part that's like the easy part. It's all great. It has to be great. It can still be really tough. It can still be really challenging, but know that this is the best thing that you are doing with your life. I think there's very few situations where I would have preferred to have worked more or done other things that would have taken me away from being there. When my wife got home from work, that I was there cooking meals for her, and I just, honey, sit down, feed her the healthiest things that I could make. That's taking care of my wife. That's taking care of my unborn child. That's showing them the love while she was going out and working. That's really hard. And women are not told that how much joy, how much probably their best life, their best relationship is going to be with their children from the time of conception to the end of their time. There is nothing that can beat the connections, because the way that I feel about my children, the way that I feel about my wife, and we'll just stick on the children part, they are outside of me. I mean, I participated in the making of the children in one form or another, and that's because we needed some medical assistance to get pregnant the first time. Then I was really insistent that my wife give a carnivore diet a chance. And within a couple weeks, she did it for a total of 6 months, but we saw that her cycle normalized and became regular within 11 days. And she has Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism, and this stuff just wasn't adding up on take some levothyroxine and then go to have these medical treatments and failing health and failing situation. There was something really wrong, and I thank her so much for giving the carnivore diet a try, and the results kept her on it. Okay? And the results were 2 more children that we had on our own. And both times we went to the baby maker doctor, and both times we were already pregnant. We were already pregnant walking into the office. Now, was this because she had no carbs, so insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity got balanced and a greater health occurred? Is this because the nutrient density of meat, of a meat only diet, that allowed her body to heal? Is it the combination of both? I do like the carnivore diet, but I'm not so dogmatic about it that I'd say, no, it was definitely that. It probably was the insulin resistance. That probably has a greater deal more to do with it. And then there's the outlier of do half of the vegetables, which we then found out that she was gluten intolerant. Okay, then we get into that there were dairy issues as well, which started to clear up. But did she clear up because she actually abstained for 6 months and had a chance for her body to heal around it? So I'm very grateful for my wife, for everything that she's done. I'm really grateful for the hardships. Because life that I had before, it would be so sad to think that I would just be out drinking, out serial dating. I would be smoking weed, watching Dragon Ball, which I do watch Dragon Ball still, full disclosure, just without the weed. So that's how I know I actually really like that stuff. Because I definitely got into it when I was sitting around giving myself minor brain damage through overconsumption of marijuana, starting very well in the teen years, but just accelerated throughout my 20s and 30s. So anyway, I guess at this point, that's what I can really focus on right now, that she has left town, heading to New Zealand, doing her dream job, which I'm so proud of her for. She thought she was going to have to walk away from her dream career because of having children, and she's proving everybody wrong. She's proving that you can have the career and you can have the children. So, that as the idea of being like a provider husband, that is what I'm out to provide. I'm not just trying to provide a situation where my wife stays at home, doesn't do any quote unquote outside work or money making work, and just raises our children. She's actually being the most fantastic example to them of what sacrifice really is and what chasing your dreams is all about. And having 2 daughters and now a son, there's nothing I could ask for more than an admirable woman being their mother for them to follow. Because children do what they see. They do not do what they are told. That is a fact. So show them excellence. show them something worth striving for. Show them your pain. Show them your joy. Show them all of it. So when they are faced with it, it doesn't seem like something that they've never encountered, or they don't know that it's part of the package of life. Great. Thank you. And thank you, Elizabeth.